Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Corner Pod, wherein we talk about all things football. I'm Hari Keshav, and today we have with us, as always, my trusted friend and co-founder of the
Yeah.
channel, Amog.
Hi.
Hey, Amog.
Hi, Hari.
Brilliant. All dressed in the blue of Chelsea. So great. But today, very special. We have with us a Liverpool super fan and a proud owner of the popular YouTube and Instagram channel, IndieCop. Nitika, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you
today.
so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to the discussions ahead.
It is a pleasure to have such a passionate football supporter and content creator on the pod. For our viewers, could you give us a brief introduction by telling us when you began supporting Liverpool, your first memories of watching the club that you love the most, your content creation journey, and how good is your Scouse accent as well?
There's so many questions in one question, and I'm just thinking which one to answer first. See, when you talk about Scouse accent, I don't think I can do it. It's so difficult, man. It's like when I'm listening to them, I'm like, oh my god, what are they saying? I'm putting so much like pressure on my brain, like ताकि कुछ समझ आए what they're talking about. But yeah, I tried once. Like it's going to be really bad, but okay, I'll just give it a try. I'm serious, bro. Mo Salah is the best football player in the world. This is how they do it. They just
Yeah, true. The world, but really resonates with
yeah,
Scouse.
something
Yeah.
like that. I'm sure that it is really bad, but this is how I think they must be speaking. I don't really understand what they say, how they say. The accent is very, very difficult. But yeah, when it comes about starting the channel Indie Cop, I think it was all because of the love that I had for Liverpool, and it just pushed me to start creating content. But I remember that when I started making content on football, so my first 10 videos were not even about Liverpool, because I thought that I want to create videos which can be easy for people to start following football, because I remember that there is a lot of apprehension amongst people if there are new fans. So I remember people get offended. Arey, you are a new fan. What is this, man? You don't even know anything. Matlab, there is no age to start liking or following something. So I think people need to appreciate that more rather than just giving like a lug level respect to the I'm so sorry to giving a lug level respect to the people who are like following clubs for very long. So I thought that maybe I need to do that, because my friends used to ask me that how did you start following, what is Premier League, what is Championship, what is La Liga. So all of that used to happen. So my early football videos were only about that. But then like I started doing match reactions and stuff, and then I thought, no, let's just continue and see where it goes. So I also remember when I was in Punjab, I since we watch a lot of cricket there, and my family watches a lot of cricket, so we were not a like football family, so we were like a cricket family. So I thought that maybe let's just do different sort of content about football. So I remember one of the videos when I went out and started asking people about if they know, if they can guess the players. So I had these 7 to 8 players, and I made a vlog of it. So I used to do all of that content as well. How much people are aware of Indian footballers or maybe football in general, and how much football is popular in Punjab, except for Manchester United, which is like popular everywhere. I don't know how. So like that happens everywhere. You see the even if they watch football or not, but they will be United fans. This is how it is. Yeah, that's how I thought that let's make football fun. So this is how the content creation journey started. So yeah, then moving on, that how became a Liverpool fan. So Liverpool memories, there are so many Liverpool memories when it comes to, I think every match under Klopp was a Liverpool memory for me. Like every match used to be so exciting. It used to feel like this is the end. There was so much motivation in the match. Every time there used to be a story under Klopp. That's how every match used to feel like. And this is one thing which I'm really missing under Slot now. I'm not saying that Slot is doing anything wrong, but I'm just saying that every night used to be so passionate when it was under Klopp. So yes, I have said this thing, I think one way too many times, that when it was COVID, so I remember there was a video which was released of Jurgen Klopp. So I watched it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. That video was about how Klopp was saying that there are so many things in the world which are more important than football, and how he would make sure that if we all are safe, he would make sure that the players feel the support. We are here, but they will feel the support. I'll make sure that. So I remember I got goosebumps after watching that, and I just went crazy. So this is the love, this is the feeling that you get when you follow a club. And Liverpool has given me, that those moments so many times where it feels like yes, football is important, but my personality is so much related to how Liverpool is. So that's how I think I resonated the most with Liverpool. So there have been so many moments even before that. The history was so rich and you can't just avoid it. And then rivalries are so strong that you can't miss it. Then that's why I fell in love with Liverpool, and this is how it all started.
Brilliant introduction. Thank you so much, Nitika, for that. It's such a pleasure to have a passionate football supporter and content creator on the pod. For our viewers, she's just a brilliant content creator who wears her heart on her sleeves, and she really does not walk alone. She has over 24K subscribers on her YouTube channel. A fantastic achievement indeed. And you can find all of the links to her socials on the description below. So please go check out her content and feel the passion, feel the pulse of a Liverpool fan. But more importantly, as I said, again, she's doing wonderful things in the world of content creation. So go check her out. Let's dive into the episode. So, in today's episode, we will talk about all things Liverpool. We will start with a quick season review for Liverpool. There's been a slight dip in form, so we will discuss that. There's some contract issues. Everybody knows that, so we will discuss that as well. And then the January wish list, because Liverpool owners, don't tend to spend any money on the squad, which is a constant worry for Liverpool fans. So let's discuss that as well. And then where Nitika envisions Liverpool could finish at the end of the season in the Premier League and the Champions League. So this is all we have for you today. Let's start with Liverpool's season so far. They've been on quite a juggernaut
Hmm.
this season, and Arne Slot has come in and done a fantastic job. Yes, he has acquired a good squad, but he was not backed in his first season. That being said, Liverpool have played fantastically well. How much have you enjoyed watching Liverpool under Slot? Their playing style, tactics wise, and games this season,
See,
Nitika?
honestly telling, did not really expect anything at all when I got to know that Slot is going to come, and did not know anything about Slot. Honestly telling you, it's not like I'm going to be like, "Bhai, मेरे को बहुत पता था Slot के बारे में." Did not. It was not like that. So, of course, Jurgen Klopp was a huge figure who would lead the club and who made Liverpool serious contenders for almost every trophy out there. And from taking a mid-table club to top four season after season and losing the league but one point, I think that was too much to understand and to face, which is why I think that Jurgen Klopp does not really get his due, which he truly deserves as one of the best managers that has always anytime come to the Premier League, because no backing from owners whatsoever and aging squad. Like City is going out there and signing like four players and giving Haaland the 10-year contract right now. Like seeing all of that, and Liverpool was back with Ozan Kabak and Ben Davis when the season was in ruins. So see the stark difference. From there, we have come here today, and when we start to compare what Slot is going through now. Honestly, this is how it's. I don't know how does FSC manages to do that. They have some sorcery or something out there that any manager comes on and they are like able to convert them into, oh, team is fine, they're doing perfect. I don't know how they do that. Honestly, this is just too much to handle. So yeah, I did not really expect anything from Slot. First game on, and I'm like, okay, where is Klopp? Where is that passion? Where is that fist bumps? And yeah, the like you were talking about the change, the shift that has happened, tactically speaking. So under Klopp, every match was breathless. We used to start like there is no tomorrow, and this is the only match. This is the finals of Champions League. Every match used to feel like that. So there was a lot of motivation in the team, even if we are like going through injury crisis or whatever. If there is one manager who could pull you out of it, it was Jurgen Klopp. Now you see that under Slot, we are playing like starting the game very slowly, like they're very calmly. We have a lot of ball in the starting, and we are inviting the press very early on. We are playing from the back. So yeah, that is happening. But honestly, I used to think that if we are playing like that, and this gives a lot of time to the players to just be on the ball, be with the ball, and not be in a hurry. Okay, not having that energetic performance. But still, there is an injury crisis that is going on even now, no matter how the gameplay is. That is still going on because of the tight schedule of the games. But yes, of course, I love the fact that how Slot has improved some of the players so much, which I thought that won't happen. I thought Gravenberg is a very normal player. Did not really see the potential that he has. And in first 6 months or the first half of the season, he has shown what an incredible midfielder he is. Like I look at him, I'm like, where were you, man? Like, what is this? And you look at Cody Gakpo, he was really underperforming earlier, and now you see the long range goals that he has been giving us. It's amazing. It's beautiful to watch that man play. And then even when you talk about the players who are struggling right now, Nunez, भाई उसको कोई improve नहीं कर पाया, like manager shift or whatever. And honestly, I'm not feeling proud saying this. I really want him to work because see, I seriously, he has the heart at the right place, and he's at the right places at the right time. That he has the understanding of the game, but the problem is in the finishing, and we can't afford to do that right now. Like, he has to turn up his game. Now, that is somewhere that I feel we are lacking a lot, and Slot could not improve him. And then there is a injury crisis as well, which we are facing right now. So of course that's a scare. But when we talk about the tactical shift, that is a huge if you compare Klopp and Slot. But yes, I'm seriously amazed by how good Slot has managed to manage the squad that he was given, not backed by the managers, the owners at all, for what he could get or the sort of players that he could target. Even now, there is like injury crisis going on. Gravenberch and Endo are playing as centre backs. We are seeing the same history being repeated again. But still, you see what FSG is doing because they have to balance their sheets and that's all they care about. So that is what is going on. But I'm really happy with Slot, how he has taken up the team. And even if the season does not end up in the way that makes us really happy, if we are not really doing anything or winning anything, I think it should not be on Slot at all. First time like coming in as the manager, taking us and making us dream that maybe we end up winning something. It's like crazy. It's the problem lies with the owners, with Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes. I think they are the shitty people who are not backing the team. That is the issue right.
Okay, brilliant summarization, Nitika. I think from an outside perspective, I always felt what Slot has done is he's taken this high
Hmm.
octane, hugely passionate football and he's brought a sense of calmness and a sense of order to this chaos that Klopp was doing. And your points on how he's improved players like Gravenberch because he totally looks like a totally different
Exactly.
player under Klopp and now against Slot. So huge credit to Slot for sure. But then currently Liverpool have hit bit of a brick wall. As I said, they've been absolutely fantastic this season, but they've hit bit of a brick wall. Liverpool are still 4 points ahead in the league with a game in hand, but draws against Man United and a cup loss against Spurs was followed by another draw at Nottingham Forest. So you've already mentioned some of the issues, but do you see some patterns in these games that Liverpool have not managed to win that could be attributing to the dip in form, or this has always existed and it's just in these three that Liverpool have not been able to get over the line?
See, the January curse is real. I believe it. I honestly believe it. I don't know what happens to us. January comes on and we are like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like, we just become a different team altogether. And then comes March and we are trying to just compete for the top four. So, this is one picture that we have seen way too many times. And I'm honestly scared for it to happen again because we are on top of the UCL table. We're on the top of the table right now on Premier League. So, this is the time when the club owners have to back the manager. This is the time when they have to be ambitious, and they're not at all. They are just caring about their business, if that will work or not. But you're talking about the dip in the form. I think Man City winning the league after league, and that has been happening so many times. They have turned football into and the players into robots. I think things don't work like that. I think them winning season after season and not caring about one thing in the world or whatever, and I think that's not normal. Losing matches, having those off days, that is the part of football that we have been seeing. What they did is that now, if you lose two matches, but even if you're on, like, we are 4 points ahead, I'm still scared. I'm like, oh my God, the season will just, it is over for us. But this is how football used to be earlier. It's not like we should have a 15-point gap and then you just move on like this. Players getting injured, tight fixtures, and all of that is normal. This is the normal thing. What City is doing is not normal. I think considering that there is not a dip in form, exactly per se. But yes, if we talk about United game, I think that United match was never going to be easy. I remember people on Twitter, so with how many goals is United going to lose and things like that. But I was never really there. I thought that even if it is United, does not matter. They're not in form, but still, matches like these are the ones where they will make a comeback and they would want to tell them that we should be taken seriously, and you can't consider कि ये matches ऐसे ही खेले जाएंगे. But then, yes, Nottingham Forest match is something that I thought we could have done better, especially in the first half. This is the problem with the tactics. Like you were talking about, the gameplay has become very calm of Liverpool now. So what we do is we are inviting the press. They are the team who play low block. They're going to sit there. We are inviting them. Nobody's coming. So they get the one chance. There's a lot of space created, and they get the goal. So I think the system does not work then, which is why you will see We played, there was no urgency in us to get goal. We was trying the long range shots that if we could against Nottingham Forest. But second half was much, much better. I don't know that if it was planned by Slot that he will bring on Jota and Simicus and they will, like in 22 seconds, they will get us the goal. I don't know. Of course, not can't be planned, but still, it's just that I think that we could have gotten all 3 points. But I'm happy Nottingham Forest is in some other form right now. So you have to even give credit to the team that they are playing so well. Then even if we lose 2 points against them, it's fine. I think that we should not be dropping points there when we are at such a good position. Another issue right now is that we are playing with not 100% fit Konate. When we are playing with a not 100% fit Konate, can't the club see, can't the owners see that, Are, this is the situation right now. If you do not back the manager now, then what? You don't want to sign anybody new. You have the academy, you don't want to use them. You don't trust them. We do have players, but you are not relying on them at all. Then what is your criteria? What is it that you want to achieve? This is something that I do not understand. Jaden Dance had such a good game, so I'm quite happy with the forwards, the way they have been playing. Ben Dwak is on loan and has been having a time of his life at Middlesbrough. I think he's one of the most improved player in Championship. He has had so many assists and goals there. So I'm very happy with the players who are doing well on loan as well because I'm currently focusing on them because I know we're not going to sign anybody new. So it's better that to have the players who are from academy who are doing well there, at least get them back and let them have some time. So that is an issue with Tyler Morton as well. He said in the interview that he's not getting game time, he's not getting minutes. Of course, he's 22 years old. He is ambitious. He would want to go somewhere where he can be utilized. I think he's a very good player. These are the issues. I think if a club is not ambitious enough to sign new players, at least on the academy like Barcelona does, just throw them on the pitch. Maybe they say that the diamond will come out when put in pressure. So maybe that's what happens. That's what we see. But right now, I don't see Liverpool signing anyone and not really doing anything on the transfer market. But let the academies, let them do their work. Put pressure on them because you're not going to do anything else.
Thank you so much, Nitika. I mean, your frustration as a fan, it's just laid bare out there because as from an outside perspective, it's quite puzzling that okay, you've not backed a manager in the
Yeah.
summer for I don't know whatever reason, but then come winter when you are first in the Premier League in your first ever season, you have exceeded everybody's expectations, and still Liverpool are I don't know what they're doing in this window, which is what we will discuss, but
We are situation
there
of
seems to
every damn player that is there in the world right now, and we will monitor them like Omar Marmush was supposed to come to us. We are monitoring him still. That is what is going on.
monitoring FC is just watching players go to other clubs. We will discuss this because there is two main issues at the moment that we see, right? There is a contract issue which is turning some players' heads, and there is then the owners not investing in
Hmm.
the club in January. Salah said it's his last season, and Trent, he probably had one foot out of the door before the United game. And Van Dijk looks to be the only player who may sign, but there is a possibility that essentially next
Hmm.
season, essentially the big three might not play for Liverpool. That, in conjunction with Liverpool not backing the manager, an aging squad, like you said, Robertson, Endo aging, the injury situation and constantly being injured, like
Hmm.
Konate, Yota, all of these are constantly injured. And you're constantly monitoring these players whom you wanted, like Marmoush has now gone to City. And my friend once went to
Hmm.
Napoli, Nitika, and he got me a replica jersey of one player. I didn't know where I would put that to use, but I thought this would come
अरे
very handy in this
इतने मुश्किल
podcast.
इसका नाम याद किया and what did we do? Like just monitoring the situation. Honestly, it took me like I read the name 20 times to understand ki what is the name of the player. Why did I memorize it? I don't need to when we're not doing anything about it.
But why is this happening? Like the owners, I understand it's the issue of the owners, right? But then you have to replace a player like Salah. You have to replace a player like Trent, probably even Van Dijk, and then you have to fix the aging squad and the injuries. But if let's say Nitika, you were on the board of FSG and realistic transfers, which are the players that Liverpool need to look at in January, need to get them in January and in the summer in order to spruce up the squad, because what happens is when you don't replace them
Yeah.
properly, there's always this big danger of a rebuild, which I
Yeah.
know as a United fan, we've been rebuilding since 2013, and we are just crumbling. So yeah, which are the players that you see on your wish
See,
list?
I'll tell you, when we talk about the contract extensions and how Liverpool or Michael Edwards Richard, who's just sitting there, it's not going to happen, or whatever the situation is, how ugly it got before Manchester United game that Trent is going to leave, even if it is not. But the narrative was being controlled by the Spanish media so much that people would, like, the fans would start hating on him. Even if it is happening or not, but it is the club who got you at that position where you are doubting your own player, and the player is also not saying, but he's not supposed to clarify these things because the club is only doing, like, they've created a ruckus everywhere. So that is the situation right now. But I always said this. I think I said this almost 1 month ago, or maybe two, that what they're going to do is they're going to maybe give contract extension to all three of them, but they're going to do it this at the last day of the contract window, like before it gets closed, and they'll be like, see, we are giving you three fresh players, go and enjoy. Like, that is not the issue right now, this is something that should have been done a long time back, and we should have targeted some players at least in January. This is something which we should have done. Now the issue is that we're going through the same thing. Virgil van Dijk is being overused match after match because Gomez is injured. Then Konate is not 100% fit. Then, of course, but relying on Konate, I think the season that he's been having is amazing. But because ever since he has gotten injured, I think we have conceded so many soft goals because he used to cover so much ground which Trent did not. Maybe Trent, because Trent used to move really ahead in front to help in the attacking part. So Konate was there as supporting Trent in that phase. But since Konate went, so you could see us conceding soft goals. Now, was it because of Trent or maybe Robertson? You can have that discussion. But yes, we are conceding soft goals. Then Robertson is not able to adjust to the way Slot wants his team to play. Slot trusts Robertson more than Simicas. You can see that Simicas would be available, but not starting or being used as much as Robertson is. The issue with Robertson is that he is a workhorse. So you under Klopp, what he would do is he will take the ball and he will run, sprint towards the others opposition box. Okay, and then he will either give a cross or something. That's how it used to be for him, and I think he really thrived in that. So you would see he used to give so many assists. There used to be a competition between Trent and Robertson for number of assists that they both used to provide to our forwards. Now that is not happening because that is not the gameplay. Now you don't have to like really run forward. You have to like really calm yourself and defend, invite the press. This is what you're supposed to do. That is where I think we are struggling a bit. So I would say that we really need to seriously get depth in the left back position as soon as we can, because we can't concede any more soft goals now. And this is not the time to seriously let go of these positions because we have not really invested in the squad for so long now. सो लेफ्ट बैक में तो करना ही पड़ेगा नो मैटर व्हाट. तो मिलोस कैरकेस के साथ काफी बातचीत चल रहा था ना. आई वाज रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन द प्लेयर, ही इज सो गुड. सो या देयर इज वन लिंक दैट वी कैन से because Michael Edwards, there is a connection, but then of course they're not going to sell him in January. I don't think they're going to sign anybody in January. But if we could sign somebody, I would want somebody who has Premier League experience because he's coming in mid of Jan. I want that I can use that somebody, whoever is that somebody, so that I can use him in game after game because that is what is needed in the squad right now. But I know that we are not going to sign him, but that would have been a very good prospect. Then there is another player called Daryl Hato. So Gerald Hato is another Dutch player, I think very young, and he considers Van Dijk as his idol. So under a Dutch manager and a Dutch captain, I think this would have been a very good signing as well. He's an AX player. So I think that if we could get some and target somebody like him, I think would not cost as much, but would really help in the rebuild of the team. So these are the players that I'm targeting. Of course, then I would really want to have a backup for Gravenberg as well. But then if you consider that we have a lot of prospects in the academy too. I remember I used to see Bajcetic play so well under Klopp. Then I thought that he would really turn into a first team player very soon, but that did not happen. Tyler Morton is waiting for his time. So there are so many academy prospects as well that if I think can be utilized properly would do much better and do really well for Liverpool. But they need to be given time for that to happen. But I don't know, Slot is taking his own time to understand the academy. I don't think he trusts them so much. But if you see the Liverpool project, the way it is being handled, the transfers and everything, I think that is where we should really rely on. That is the academy. That is where we should really start taking the risks and make them play, because you're not going to sign anyone. So let's just be fine with what you have. Beggars can't be choosers. So that is the philosophy that we should be going with ahead.
We can always give
Thank
you
you so
Chilwell,
much.
Nitika. You want Chilwell?
No, you can give us Cole Palmer.
Mm,
Not happening, of course. But then that is the thing. We
Brilliant.
were monitoring Caicedo as well. You know how much we were thinking that we would have a player like him, and that's what I'm saying. That we're monitoring every player that is going in every team and playing, and they always had an aim to play for Liverpool once or the other. But that is it. That is where the story ends, and then they move on. So this is what Liverpool, the football has become now. This is what you have to see. And then, the most struggling part is when you see Man City like signing player after the one hiccup that they have had. This is the backing that the manager gets. Now, why do they get that? Because they're sure that the cases against them is going in their bloody favor. That is the thing right now, which is why they are being so bold right now in the transfer window. Just imagine. How do you do that?
It's very sad to see, but I think from what you said, Nitika, slot is literally using a slot machine in Las Vegas, and three lemons have to appear. Only if the three lemons appear, then he gets a transfer, I guess. But then we have our own Desi David Ornstein on the channel. Amog, have Liverpool been linked to anyone in January apart from what Nitika said? And I know there have been some talks around Nunes, so could you
I
elaborate
mean,
on that?
what she mentioned on Kerkez, I don't think they'll be signing him this winter. So as I suggested, you always have Chilwell. You can buy him on loan or something. I mean, I know he's not that good, but he's not that bad also.
But we
So
have gotten one player from you, which you were really upset about. So we are fine with it. Like Rio Ngumoa. So he was incredible. Like the minutes that I saw him play, I was
who?
like, okay, I
Caicedo?
understand the Rio Ngumoa.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
The academy prospects. I was quite happy to see him the minutes that he played. I was like, okay, I understand the frustration of Chelsea fans that why they were angry that Liverpool got that player. So I'm hoping that he thrives at Liverpool like Salah did. So hoping.
Yeah, so regarding striker situation, Hari, I think Saudi are monitoring Nunes this one,
Yeah.
so probably that might favor Liverpool funds. Probably they'll throw in around 40, 50 million euros for him. I don't think that will happen, but uh,
That is the job. That is the three lemons I was talking about. Slot wanted in that slot machine. The jackpot for Nunes, 50 million. I think Nitika would bite an arm and a leg off if somebody were paying 50
No, you
million
know
for
what happened? I'll
Nunes.
tell you the story behind it. I just came back from office and I had a hectic day. So my husband, he told me that, you know what, there is an offer from Saudi for Nunez. I'm like, then you just start developing feelings for the players who's about to leave. And I'm like, he was good. It was about 70 million, around 70 million. I said, what? And he said, Liverpool. I said, why? This is how the emotion goes. That when you know you don't have money, the player is not working, you would at least go somewhere and maybe play, but at least get somebody on. This is what I was saying, that this is the reaction when you get that इतना पैसा मिल रहा है तो ले लो भाई, वैसे you're not going to invest in anything.
how many years left for Nunes?
I don't know how many years are left. I think he signed for 5 years now.
He signed in 2022, right? 2022.
2022, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
think he
probably
has 3 years more left with Liverpool.
then it won't be 50 million and all, sorry. So it will be probably 20, 25, 30 million euros.
Yeah.
So
No,
let's see.
I don't think that is going to happen. I don't think that this deal is going to happen. Liverpool is not going to sell him, I think. Because we're not going to sign anyone, but I don't think we'll sell anybody right now.
But there's a genuine interest from Saudi. Yeah. So that's there.
Yeah, the interest is genuine, but I don't know what are Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes doing. I do not know what is the project that is going on in their mind. Honestly, I wish that they at least speak their minds. This is what they're planning. That would give me really. I would be really happy then.
One, two senior players injury might affect your title race.
It's already happening in many ways. It's
No,
already
not yet.
happening.
Not yet. But yeah, it's going to. So
No,
apart from that, I think in summer they'll be looking for Joshua Kimmich.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel that Liverpool is only going to consider signing players in the summer transfer window. But the problem is that the position that we are, where, top of the table, if being backed by the club, we can actually win something. But I think owners are not that ambitious to even look at the situation like that. They just need to balance their books. I don't know अभी तक balance क्यों नहीं हुआ है. पिछले 3 transfer windows में we've not done anything. So I don't know what maths they are doing, but we were not taught this maths, whatever they learned.
No, first they need to fix the contract issues and then they need to look after all these.
That's what they will do. At the last day of the transfer window, they'll say, see, new signings. This is what is going to happen, but we're not going to sign anyone.
But I think Arnold ka head is somewhere else now. His head is already in Real Madrid.
I think like I said earlier also, the media is being controlled by the Spanish reporters or something like that, which is why the narrative is being set like that. And you would see that it has happened in the past too. So I don't think the situation was too intense, what it made out to be. But honestly, I don't know. I just feel that needs to stay at least now. But then later on, let's see how the situation turns out to be because Conor Bradley was good, but then you see the difference in attacking play, what Trent brings to the table, which is much more than just the sort of traditional defending.
Thank you so much, Amok, for your insights there. Finally, one last question for you, Nitika. Where do you think Liverpool will finish at the end of the season? Because I was just going through the run of fixtures that Liverpool have, and they still have to go away to Everton, Villa, City, and Chelsea. And at home, they have Newcastle, and on the 36th game week, they play Arsenal at home. In addition, there is Champions League and
Yeah,
FA Cup and Carabao. Probably Liverpool is still in because it's just
yeah,
a
one
one.
leg.
They're trailing by 1-0 in that fixture. So there's so many games, and there is just the first team who's superb, and then you would have to bring in players who are out of form or injured or from the academy. So there is still all to play for Liverpool, but it's sitting on this very tender line, I would say. So where do you think Liverpool would finish at the end of the season in the Premier League and in the Champions League? Because from an outside perspective, I feel Liverpool are still extremely favorites for the title, and I think Amog would say the
See,
same.
I'll tell you something. There was a time when there were talks that this Liverpool team might be the best in the world. They will go and win quadruple. You remember there was a phase that people were so scared of that this might just happen, like the other fans were really scared of. But then we ended up winning the 2 cups. That's how it happened.
That was just last year, Nitika, when United dumped Liverpool out of the FA Cup. The whole season just went down there, and I'm hoping that the draw this season that at Anfield starts the same slide. But no, I'm just
No,
kidding.
you
You
are kidding. You
go
are
ahead.
praying for that to happen. Don't be so humble right now. This is what you wish for. I know that.
I'm I'm trying to be respectful of the guests in the
No, no,
channel.
listen, you're wearing the jersey. I completely understand. The respect goes out of the window now. Nobody's really caring about that. See, if I say that Liverpool is winning, don't you agree? And you will be like, no, I really want that to happen. It'll not work like that at all. You know it. In heart, you want us to like really get deep down and not really have anything in the season to show for. But jokes apart, I honestly feel that I seriously want to win the Premier League. I honestly do. I want to go ahead and get another title and on the slot. It would be really nice. Like just a new manager comes on and he gets us the title. But it's not easy. As Liverpool fans, we know winning Premier League is not easy. So not being backed by the owners and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be too ambitious about it. Of course, I want us to win everything that is there to win. I would want that कि Champions League भी जीत जाए, हर कुछ जीत जाए. I would want that to happen. But practically speaking, even if we get something out of the season to show for, because we have had a very good run of games in which we are completely dominating. I think we have played some of the games which I did not really expect this Liverpool team to play. There have been those matches where sometimes I used to see what is this Liverpool doing. The first half used to be something in which I used to get really scared that Are, we will concede a goal. Are, this is not how we are supposed to play. Then comes the second half and you just turn up and it's just completely different team. So this is how you see the season go, and there are so many players who have improved, and I would really want us to win something, but that something should not be just Carabao Cup, honestly. I don't know if that is happening, but I'm honestly saying that at least to show for the season. But if you want me to predict that, will we win the Premier League? I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to go and say yes to that question, but I would really want to do that. I don't know how will a season end. I can't do predictions about Liverpool. I'll do that about any other club. I would do that, but not about Liverpool. I can't do that. I feel that I'll jinx it.
Great. Amog, your predictions for Liverpool then this season. Do you think they can go all the way in the Premier League and the
I
Champions
think
League?
their rivals now is Arsenal. So I don't want Arsenal to win as a Chelsea fan.
Oh.
And Other rivals were
Nobody wants Arsenal. Nobody
I don't
wants
want
Arsenal
Arsenal
to
to
win
win,
above.
honestly. फिर तो सिटी जीत जाए, एटलीस्ट मैटर नहीं करेगा.
so before that it was us, and we obviously bottled in last 5 matches. So we are gone. City probably will never
They'll
know.
come back. They'll
You'll
come back.
never know. Probably it will be a fight between Liverpool and City again in April and May. But I favor Liverpool this time.
Yes. It's really good to hear when the
That
opposition fans support you. This is
But
like
not for
really
UCL,
sweet.
not for Champions League.
नहीं, Champions is something that still I get confident about कि कर लेंगे, but Premier League is something where we do need support.
Now, one question for you. If you want to favor between UCL and Premier League,
yes, that's a good one.
I'm sorry.
UCL is something that will keep coming to us, maybe. We will have those positions unlike other clubs. But Premier League is something that I really want to win, man. Like, that is something I really want to win. I
Yeah.
know what I'm saying is not right and or whatever, but I honestly feel that if someday the situation arises, I know UCL is the step that we can take. That is where we can progress and win it. But behind Premier League, bhai, there is so much history going on with that. Now, not able to finish it, losing it by just 1 point, 2 seasons, man, and playing so brilliantly because of Man City. And this has happened so many times, which is why I feel that is one hurdle that we have to cross again. And then I think it will get easier. But at least let's do that once more. So that is why I would prefer Premier League over UCL right now, at least in this situation.
That is all we have for this episode. Thank you so much, Nitika. And for our viewers, we will have Nitika back on the channel because we are recording this podcast before the Brentford game. And because Brentford away to Liverpool is such an important game, we will have a quick match reaction with Nitika after this as well, which will be part of this episode. So be sure to tune into this episode to get the whole insights. As promised in the episode, we are recording after Liverpool's 2-0 victory away at Brentford. And it was not a smooth sailing match, but Liverpool got the job done. Nitika, your short recap of that match.
See, honestly telling you, first 90 minutes, I did not really expect this is how it's going to turn out. Like, I was fully prepared for the full 90 minutes ka rant, what I'm supposed to do in that. But I'm so happy that Darwin Nunes turned up. Honestly telling you, we have criticized the player, duly criticized the player because he really needed to be clutch in front of the net. And he turned up today, and honestly, all Liverpool fans would be so happy for him because sometimes you just need to give the players time. But then more than that, it was very important for us to get a win in this match today because otherwise it would go like not having a win in 2025 in Premier League, and
Yeah.
it would put a lot of pressure in the next game. The standard would be set like, "Okay, yaar, let's just try and win one game." So I'm happy we had to break that cycle which is going on. So that two goals of David Nunes did that. But more than that, if we talk about the first 90 minutes, honestly, we were very good defensively, which I have seen after almost 6 to 7 matches of Liverpool. That otherwise we were like conceding very soft goals, like we spoke about earlier in the video today. But today, Konate and Van Dijk so damn good. Like Konate had an injury, so after that did not really seem absolute best. But Virgil Van Dijk was doing the work of three defenders more. So I think today Konate and Virgil van Dijk's partnership seriously helped us a lot because if you think about Brentford, their scorers, they have double digits in goals today. Not today, and that's how their goals are. So which is why it would be obviously difficult. It's not like they did not get chances, they did. But more than that, I think we had a good game if you talk about defensively. We had a good game if you talk about our midfield. They were really good. Salah had a very like he's been having a lot of off games, but if you think about the number of chances created, still Salah is leading that chart. Like he created a lot of chances. The issue is that when once we start playing Luis Diaz as false nine, so the connection you can't. Like, there is nobody present in that box to connect with somebody to create a chance so somebody can finish it. I think
Yeah.
that is the issue that is going on right now. You need an out and out striker, which is why whenever Jota comes on, that just clicks, that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
But Nunez's issue was that he was not being clinical in front of the net. Now today he was, which is why you would see that Salah was also started to visible when David Nunez came on. So which is why I think we need an out and out striker. And if David Nunez turns up, if Jota like agar he's not injured, then I think it would really help us. So then also, how can I not mention Harvey Elliott? By like honestly, Arne Slot needs to trust the guy. He needs to trust that guy. He has so much confidence, and it was so crucial for both the goals. I think Harvey Elliott seriously turned the game. Nottingham, even like this is what I was saying in my video also, that against low block teams, the team, they're just defending completely with the numbers in the final third. Harvey Elliott is the guy for you. He is the one who would get something between the legs of the opposition, and I completely believe in him. I hope that Arne Slot does as well. So that good Harvey Elliott was for us. That's almost like had a very good game too. Like the chance that that guy was getting, one chance hit the woodwork. My goodness, that goal would have been amazing.
Nice.
Then there were chances that Gakpo missed. There were chances that Diaz was not able to connect. So that is why you would see that we have so many shots. Like we have had the maximum shots in the Premier League, I think, right now in this match. But
Mhm.
at the end, thankfully, Nunez had something
Yeah.
to show for that. Fine, it went great. So yeah, that is how the match went for me. I'm quite happy about it now after those two goals. Otherwise, it would have been a very, very, very not like a nice video.
Brilliant. I mean, all you have to do, Nitika, is come on this pod and then diss about Nunes and then wait for him to deliver the goals, I guess.
Listen, if he's ready to like play like that and be clinical, I'm like seriously ready to do that. I would come again and again just to diss him so that he just goes ahead and scores.
Thank you so much for this quick recap video. We're very, very grateful for sharing not just your insights, but being so passionate about Liverpool. And we hope all the best for Liverpool for the rest of the season, even though I've
I
crossed my
know that.
fingers and legs below the table. Yeah.
No, thank you so much for having me. It's really
But
lovely talking to you guys about football. It always changes whatever you're going through or not going through. Like you have nothing to do in the day. Just start talking about football and you would not know how the 3 to 4 hours passes. So we love to talk about football. So it was really lovely talking to you guys about it.
brilliant. Viewers, please show Nitika some love for all the wonderful content she creates regarding Liverpool on her YouTube and Instagram channel, IndieCorp. The links to her socials are in the description below. As I said, she really wears her heart on her sleeves and she never walks alone. So please go follow her, give her a like, give her a subscribe. And as always, please do like, share, and subscribe to our own content on Football Corner Pod. Your love and support has been par excellence, and it helps us and gives us the confidence to bring on guests such as Nitika on our channel to collaborate with such wonderful content creators. So keep it coming, guys, and we will be coming back soon with another episode. So until then, take care, stay safe, and be aware of any corners taken quickly. I think that resonates with the Liverpool fan more than anything else. So on that note, see you
Bye bye.
guys.
Tata.
Bye.
Bye.